I took the fall for my brother and spent 5 years in prison, where I accidentally saved the son of the richest man in the country. The billionaire gave me $100 million as a thank you. Right after getting out, I called my dad to tell him the good news, but the second he heard my voice, he hung up on me. I thought something was wrong at home, so I rushed back. The moment I got to the door, I heard my sister-in-law complaining. Why'd he have to get out today of all days? I couldn't even go to my prenatal checkup because we had to rush to transfer the house. Mom said, "This is all for you guys. He paid for this house, but he's got a record now. He'll never find a job. What if he comes back and mooches off us forever?" My sister-in-law scoffed. "When he shows up, we'll just tell him to rent his own place. I'm not living with an ex-con." Hearing their conversation, my hand froze as I was about to knock on the door. My heart, which had been filled with longing for my family, instantly sank. It was June, but I felt like I was standing in an ice cave. This door was what I dreamed about every single night for 5 years in prison. But now, standing in front of it felt like standing at the edge of a cliff. My parents always favored my brother, but he'd been so close to me since we were kids. I went to prison for him. There's no way he'd want to kick me out. With that thought, I knocked on the door. Mom opened it. "Xiaozhou, you're back already? Your dad just said he was going to pick you up." Then she looked me up and down, forcing a concerned expression. "Oh, these past few years must have been so hard on you. You've gotten so thin." If I hadn't overheard their conversation at the door, if this concern had been genuine, how nice that would have been. I replied with a bitter smile, "It's fine. Uber's pretty convenient these days." And I walked inside. My sister-in-law immediately rushed over and started spraying me with alcohol like crazy, as if she wanted to empty the entire bottle on me. "Don't take it personally. I'm just getting rid of the bad luck." She told me not to take it personally, but her face was full of undisguised disgust. She was disgusted that I was an ex-con, but she seemed to forget that I went to prison for her and my brother. I said nothing and walked straight toward my room. "Don't bother, there's no room for you here." I'd barely taken 2 steps when my dad spoke up. He was sitting on the couch smoking, the ashtray piled high with fresh cigarette butts. My arrival seemed to really stress him out. I stopped and looked at him. "Dad, I only spent 5 years in prison. I didn't die. Do I really not even deserve one room in this house?" My dad crushed his cigarette and said matter-of-factly, "There are so many people in this house and only a few rooms. How are we supposed to fit everyone?" I didn't argue with him. Instead, I asked, "Where's Lu Hao? Does he feel the same way?" That's when my brother Lu Hao came out of the bathroom. He looked at me awkwardly. "Bro, Ling Ling's only 2 months pregnant. If you live here, we really don't have enough rooms. But it's okay. You're my older brother, so of course you come first. If you really need to stay, I'll clear out the nursery we set up for the baby." I nodded and said directly, "Okay, there's still 8 months until the baby comes anyway. I'll stay for a while." Hearing me say that, my brother's face instantly stiffened. His lips moved like he wanted to say something but couldn't. My sister-in-law couldn't hold it in anymore. She rushed over and yelled at me. "How can you be so selfish? Can't you see we're running out of space? You really have the nerve to take our baby's room? You've got some serious nerve." I actually laughed out of anger and looked at her. Everyone fit here before. I only went to prison and the baby's not even born yet. How is there suddenly no space? "Oh, and did you forget this house was bought with my money?" My dad slammed his hand on the table and barked. "Xiaozhou, what's with that attitude? You think buying a house with cash makes you hot stuff? You get out of prison and immediately come demanding the house?" I said in disappointment. "Am I the one demanding the house back? You guys won't even let me stay in one room." My dad coldly replied, "I told you from the start, there's no room for you here. If you need a place to live, go rent your own apartment. We don't owe you anything." He was fuming, clearly kicking me out. "We don't owe you anything, huh? Who was it that came to me crying, begging me to take the fall for my brother? Who promised me that if I went to prison for him, I'd be the family's savior and they'd repay me for life? All I'm asking for now is to live in one room that was originally mine. Is that really too much? Is this what you call repaying me?" I said each word deliberately, emotions churning violently in my chest. Back then, my brother and sister-in-law were driving my car when they sped and killed someone. My parents immediately came to me. Meanwhile, I was just some regular employee at a small company with nowhere near his prospects, so they begged me through tears to take the fall for him. They promised that when I got out, the whole family would repay me. I didn't do it for some reward. I just felt bad for my parents and genuinely cared about my brother, so I was willing to ruin my own life to take his place in prison. To save my brother, I sold my car, drained my savings, lost my job, paid his victim compensation, took his rap, and endured all the abuse. 5 years of absolute torture, and I endured it all. But how could I have known that what awaited me wasn't stronger family bonds, but complete betrayal and devastation? The family I loved turned out to be a bunch of ungrateful backstabbers. Lu Hao spoke up. "Bro, I know you're upset, but these 5 years weren't easy for us either. Having an ex-con in the family, people talked behind our backs everywhere we went. If you actually live here, who knows how much they'll laugh at us. Why can't you think about us for once?" The brother I'd sacrificed everything to protect finally revealed his true thoughts. In his eyes, I was now just a burden, the one responsible for bringing shame to the family. The last bit of hope in my heart completely died. This home had zero warmth left. Looking at my brother acting all superior, I said coldly, "Lu Hao, don't forget, you were the one who should have been the ex-con. You were the one who brought shame to this family. If you really cared so much about the family's reputation, you should have turned yourself in back then instead of enjoying the sacrifice I made, living in my house, and then blaming me for not thinking about you guys." Hearing me say that, my brother's face turned ugly. He snapped back irritably. I already thanked you for taking the fall. What more do you want? You're my older brother. Isn't this what you're supposed to do? It's not that big of a deal. Why do you have to keep bringing it up? My brother said it so casually, as if me spending 5 years in prison for him was the same as me giving him the biggest chicken leg at dinner when we were kids, like a simple thank you was enough. My dad, as always, defended my brother and scolded me. The older brother is like a father. Doing something for your brother and you want credit? How petty can you be? My sister-in-law spoke mercilessly. Exactly. You're just a useless ex-con. You coming back here is just to leech off us, isn't it? If you mooch off us, how's my baby supposed to survive when it's born? My mom also looked serious and said earnestly, Xiaozhou, your dad and I are waiting to hold our grandchild. You're not young anymore either. Even if you rent your own place, that's just how it should be. They each took turns, every single sentence stabbing my heart like a sharp knife. I was utterly disappointed, but my eyes still betrayed me and welled up with tears. I looked at them, my voice hoarse. No wonder you guys never visited me once in those 5 years. I convinced myself you were just too busy to come see me, but turns out you just thought I was an embarrassment. Let me ask you one thing. Are you dead set on kicking me out today? Yes. My dad answered without hesitation. My mom lowered her head. My sister-in-law, all of them looked resolute. Clearly, there was no room for negotiation on this matter. Looking in their eyes, I couldn't see a shred of emotion. I nodded decisively. Fine. If that's how it is, then from today on, we're done. I hope you don't.